Guys, it's Nick. It is Monday, August 24, 2015. It's 12:46 in the afternoon here in Arizona. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. I actually wrote this originally to go over with you regarding what happened on Thursday and Friday. It's now Monday, and we've had over 1,000-point drop in the Dow this morning. So let's just go over what happened. So we had Thursday and Friday. The stock market fell 888 points in 2 days, guys. That's the first time since November of 2008 that we've had 2 days, and there were back-to-back losses that were over 300 points. But remember, it's the 8th month of the year. 888 points could just be a coincidence, but I thought that was kind of unusual. Here's a screenshot I took. This is off of Google. If you just type in DJIA on Google, this is what you'll get. So you can see where the stock market was on Wednesday. It was at 17,348, and you can see where it dropped. This is a screenshot for Wednesday. This is where it's at, and then it dropped, which is an 888-point fall. This number right here, 530 points, this was the Friday drop, 3% on Friday. So there we go. That's how we got that number. Here's some historical records of the one-day falls, and as you can see, the fall from Friday for the 530 points ranks number 9 now. And so we got a lot of issues with energy and tech stocks got hit. Oil got hit. It's below 40. In fact, right now, it actually, because the stock market fell again today, 1,000 points, it's at about 37. But just look at all these. This is all this data. I will give you guys these PowerPoints, by the way. Here's another one, facts about the 2-day crash. China's worst week since July of this year. It closed at 5-month lows. I already wrote an article about China earlier this month. Here's another one. Global stocks had their worst week. U.S. stocks had their worst week. The Volatility Index. If you guys ever heard of the Fear Index, that's what the VIX is, and we'll go over that in a minute too. Crude oils had their longest losing streak. Gold had its best week since January, and the Treasury yields had their biggest drop. So right now, it seems like if you guys have your 401k, better take a look at it. And also, if you have any bonds, check those. Those might have gone up just a little bit. And you can see this shows you the VIX index. I was telling you about the fear index. Look at what's happened in just the last few days. It's just shot straight up. And I will get into an updated chart. Now, that's where the PowerPoint was supposed to end. I didn't think we were going to have this big breakout on Monday today, but we sure enough did. So here's the article. And I have, this is the one I actually wrote originally on China, but I want to go to the one today. Here's the one that I wrote and I posted today and yesterday. Gave it some updates. So the Dow fell another 1,000 points. I took a screenshot of it from CNN. Here it is right there. Dow closes 1,000 points after opening bell. If I zoom in, you can see in the background there between the ladies, 1,089 points, which was a 6.62% drop. Percentage-wise, it's not a lot, but on an intraday basis, to fall 1,000 points like that, it reminds you of the flash crash. Now, if we check right now, I'm just going to type in DJIA. And you can see the stock market is still down 433 points. Now, remember, this is on top of the 888-point loss from Thursday and Friday. So we have lost quite a bit in the Dow. So make sure you guys double-check your 401ks, double-check any investments that you have in the stock market. They've probably all gone down. All right, continuing onwards. So this right here is a mirror. Let me see if I can bring this out so we can see this a little closely. So this is a mirror of the Dow from what it looked like around the time of the Great Depression for China, and this is where it looks like right now. And people are starting to put a correlation together, saying, well, what's happening with China right now is similar to what was happening in the Great Depression for the U.S. stock market. So we're having the biggest sell-off of Chinese stocks, and see, people are trying to put these. They've been trying to put these charts together for years, trying to show how. They don't have to line up perfectly, but you can see how it goes up a little bit, like in here, goes up, hits a peak, and then comes straight down. That's exactly what's happening. We're having a massive sell-off in China. It's throwing everybody for a loop. We're going to keep going onwards. So I wrote the article on July 14th about China collapsing their stock market. They suspended trading there. They also suspended trading here on the New York Stock Exchange. That was unprecedented. For Vietnam, the Vietnam dong devalued again 6 days ago. This is the third time that they devalued the Vietnamese dong. So any of you guys who had been listening to me warning you about the Vietnamese dong, it's not revaluing, it's devaluing. It's becoming worthless every single day. Just to prove I was right, we're going to go ahead and go into XE.com. We're going to go ahead and look at the Vietnamese dong just real briefly. This is not something that most people care about, but I just want to show you what a devaluation looks like. So we're going to look at the last year. Let's just go and look at the last year. So you can see this shows how many Vietnamese dong you get per US dollar. If it rises, that means that the dollar is getting stronger in relationship to the Vietnamese dong. So let's go ahead and shrink this down so we can just look at the month of July and August. All right, here we go. So this is around July 15th. So you can see there's little spikes here. These are devaluations. See how it's all kind of on par, and then it just goes straight up. There's a devaluation there, and there's another devaluation. So it just kept devaluing, and they're probably going to do another one because they're trying. See, here's the thing: Vietnamese, they work a lot cheaper than Chinese labor. So because of all that cheap labor, you have kind of a massive amount of people in Vietnam who are willing to work for wages cheaper than they are in China. Kind of like here, Mexico labor is a lot cheaper. So it's similar, guys. So Vietnamese dong may get devalued one more time. If you have any Vietnamese dong, you could do what I'm doing, get rid of it. It's up to you. Buy silver, buy gold, buy something tangible. But anybody who's been saying that the Vietnamese dong is going to revalue, do not listen to them because it's not. And especially don't buy any Vietnamese dong from any currency sites online. If you're going to buy it, which I don't recommend you do, just go to your local Chase Bank. You'll get it for $55. You'll get it for a lot cheaper than you will online. So there's an article out of Bloomberg Business: Vietnamese dong devalues for the third time in 2015. See, China is causing all these issues right now. They had massive growth, and now the investors, the mom and pops who had their money in the stock exchange of China, are pulling their money out. As a result, the market just keeps falling. Now, remember, the government was encouraging people to put their money in the stock exchange. That was the biggest, that was the biggest problem, is that you had the government telling people what to do with their money. So this is the Volatility Index, which I mentioned earlier. This is also known as the Fear Index. As you can see, we're looking at it live. If we look at it 6 months ago, you don't really see much activity, but you do see a spike. There's 3 months out, and here's 5 days out. So you can see all the things that have been happening lately have made it go straight up. So I just want you guys to pay attention to this. This Fear Index is a volatility index. You should be in fear. Well, you really not supposed to have a spirit of fear, but I'm saying anybody who's seeing this right now, the markets, this is not a good sign. This shows you that there's very, very unstable market conditions. Partially China, but partially our own markets aren't doing very well. So when you see this volatility index doing this, let's look at a 5-year chart. See how we had some issues back in 2011, but then it kind of stabilized. Look at a 3-year chart. It was pretty much under 20. It's had a few spikes above 20, but it relatively stayed under 20, at least under 25. You just look at the last 5 days. Look at what's happened. It's gone from where it's normally at to 40. It's doubled. So the fear index has doubled. Something to be concerned about. I left a link on the article about the VIX if you guys want to look it up. I try to do my best to put as many links on the article as possible so you guys can see all these different articles that were written. This was the one we had showed you earlier. Here is a video where you can play. I believe that's CNBC. You can watch that video. But I just want you guys to understand what's happening in the markets. They're very unstable. I wanted to show you guys this. This was where the Dow plunged 531 points in a global sell-off. This is huge, but this was only up until Friday. This did not get into Monday, today. So here is today, the Wall Street Journal. Dow pairs losses after 1,089 point plunge, but still down sharply. So they're still panicking right now. They're trying to figure out what's happening with the markets. This is a huge, massive sell-off. I don't know how else to tell you. Just please check your 401ks, and if you have to, just pull it out just to be safe. Wait to see where the market settles at. Speaking of settling, here's oil settling below 39 a barrel. It's actually at about 37 right now. So we had a massive drop in oil prices. So that'll be good for us at the pump, but it's not good for a lot of people who are investing in oil. Here's another one out of China. The China stock market loses 74 billion euros. Huge sell-off right there. And so there's just a lot of different articles, but mainly you guys are getting the picture of what's happening. There's panic in the market. There's a huge sell-off, and people are not prepared. I did put a link on the article if you guys are interested. And if you don't have this guide, it goes over how to deal with the collapse, what to do when you run out of power, how to deal with debt. I don't want to get into it right now, but if you guys are interested in that, just email me and I can send you a PDF. But it'll help you guys survive this collapse because it's coming. It may already be here, actually, just judging by what the Dow looks like right now. I mean, this is updated every 2 minutes, and the Dow is still down, guys. So feel free to contact me for that guide. But I will be trying to do updates about this even more often than I've been doing, mainly because the market is so volatile right now. There's so many changes going on. We have devaluations of currencies, and we have major collapses. And I have a lot of videos for you guys to watch on the site. I made a chart here based off the one on that PowerPoint I showed you about the major falls in the stock market prices, and you can see there it is again today. This is Friday, August 21st, 2015. The Dow falls 530 points, marking it the 9th. If you had a number of the largest stock market crashes, this is number 9 for the largest stock market crash. Other links to my articles are in here, but I really appreciate you guys' feedback. Tell me what you think is going on. Make sure you watch all these videos and you read all this text. This is very important. Feel free to share this with anybody. In fact, I encourage you to share this with anybody who's invested in the stock market. As for me, I've pulled my money out, guys. I'm not sticking around in the stock market right now. I'm going to wait to see when the dust settles where I can invest. But at this point, I pulled my money out. Okay, you can do what you want to do. I'm not going to advise you. You can talk to a financial advisor, but I highly suggest you guys watch these videos and you make the right decision. That's it. I will give you guys an update soon. Make sure if you're not a subscriber to the newsletter, you subscribe. I put several links in the article, but if you're watching this for the first time, when you're on the article, just click here to subscribe to the newsletter, and it just asks you for a name and email. You can do a fake name. It does not matter to me, just as long as you get on the newsletter so we can give you updates as they come. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.